There is not another industry in the world that is as cruel as my industry.
If you asked me the question, how many pet store puppies have a disease, I would say 100%.
In my mind, you're committing an act of cruelty when you buy that puppy in the pet store, because what you're doing is, when you buy that puppy, you're sentencing its mother to a lifetime of misery in a puppy mill.
For these dogs.
Which leads to dogs with severe physical and emotional problems.
Dogs scared of anything, including grass, because they've never seen it before. We see horrible physical conditions, problems with the paw pads from being on those wire floors for their whole lives, eye problems, ear problems, it just goes on and on.
Well, if you told me you were drowning, I would not lend a hand. I've seen your face before, my friend, but I don't know if you know who I am. Well, I was there and I saw what you did. I saw it with my own two eyes.
It's about money, and it's about greed. They could care less where these dogs came from as long as they're making money. That is all they care about.
But the owners later discovered they were smuggled from Mexico.
When you go to Fashion Island, you don't expect to be buying a $5 dog off of the back of a truck that's just come in from Mexico.
Running miles on this green grass all day long, and that they would never ever buy from a puppy mill. So not just the lies, but how in depth these lies were and how these stories were obviously scripted, it was just appalling for me.
Consumers have a right.
Because the truth is horrific, and they know that if we found out that these dogs came from these abused living conditions, that we would stop buying these puppies.
night, hear him talk, coldest story ever told. Somewhere far along this road, lost a soul to a woman so heartless. How could you be so heartless? How could you be so heartless? How could you be so cold as the winter wind when it breathes you? Just remember that you were talking to me though. Neither was the way talking to me, yo. Mean after all the things that we've been through. Mean after all the things we got into.
If you've ever stopped and smiled at the dogs in a pet store window, you've probably been tempted to take one home. But did you realize the dollars you'd spend on one of those cute little puppies would support a really ugly industry? You see, almost all the puppies for sale at your local mall were churned out by breeding facilities called puppy mills. There are thousands of these mills across the United States, supplying stores with 500,000 puppies a year. It's all about quantity and profit, with little, if any, care given to the individual animals. In fact, the conditions common to most mills are so inhumane, the dogs are left in various states of physical and mental anguish. Just how cruel is the pet shop business? See for yourself.
So I wake up 3 a.m. on the phone. Why does she be so mad at me for?
And you think all these dogs are coming from puppy mills?
Yeah. Every associate that works here believes it.
Sorry?
Every associate that works here believes it.
All the salespeople believe it?
Yep.
So you're saying that the manager has the dogs fed with adult food?
Yeah.
And what was the reason?
So they don't grow as fast as puppy food, because in puppy food there's more fat and protein for them to grow.
So it's to retard their growth to keep them on the shelf longer?
Yeah.
In essence? Why do you think you need all this medicine?
Because the dogs come in sick all the time. They're given Alvon every single day.
What would you say the percentage of dogs that are sick that come in, puppies that are sick that come in?
At least 50%.
So at least half the dogs?
Yeah.
After they come from...
It won't directly be the same day, but eventually
Right.
they get sick because it's been harboring in their system. And this dog is getting sick.
Oh yeah?
He's got mucus in the eyes. I just wiped the nose. It was runny, so he's got an upper respiratory infection that's forming. And a lot of times when we see this and we show the managing staff, they just say, oh, if the dog gets out sooner, the better they'll get quicker.
So if the dog is sold quicker, it'll get better quicker?
Yeah, that's their philosophy.
And what are we looking at here?
These are promos. If you sell the dog at a certain price, you get a cash out quote-unquote bonus, but it still comes out of your paycheck because you got to be taxed for it. So right here it shows you if you sell their dogs for over $400 the price that's listed, you get a $35 promo.
Right.
With the crate. The customer is paying a lot more money than what they originally did if they were just to buy the dog for what the already up price that we're selling it, because we get these dogs for like anywhere from $300 to $500 depending on the breed. These are the crates that they come in, and these are the bowls. And all the time there'll be no water in one of it. It's all been kind of like, I guess, falls over to here, and all the food is soaked in water. And there's a little bit of water in here. It's really dirty, usually with feces or paper and food coming over to the other side.
Susan, and GRD is a waterborne parasite. That's what you think they're picking it up here, or?
From if they didn't already get it, I think it's for transport.
Okay. And so, and all the crates that they come in, they're plastic. They're not metal, you think, or?
No, they're all plastic.
They're all plastic.
They sit in the plastic crates all the way from the Midwest to here.
This just happened a couple months ago. Huh?
Yeah.
Parvo. Now, do you have parvo outbreaks here in the store, or do you know how?
I guess they had a really big one a year or so ago.
See, you got another case right here, parvo. Wow, that's.
And the thing is, when they get this, this amount that's reimbursed comes out of the employee's paycheck.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that the employee has to pay that?
The store works off a commission.
Uh-huh.
So they take that amount out of your sales. So let's say you have just that amount to make 9%, and they deduct that from your paycheck, you make 8%. So you sign a contract stating that if a dog comes back with vet bills, they take it out of your paycheck.
That doesn't seem very fair. You have no control over whether that dog is.
That's just the way it is. We signed an agreement that they are deducted from our paycheck.
So how do you feel about working the straight commission job? It seems to me people would take and maybe be a little more dishonest because if you're working on straight commission, it seems like you got an incentive not to be so honest with the customer sometimes.
Yeah, and like if we can tell that a dog is catching a URI, we'll be like, oh, they'll be fine, and if they do get sick, you're covered in the first 15 days. So that at the time, because it's the customer is in an emotional state, they don't really think about it. That's the whole basis on this company, is that you're selling on emotions. What was wrong with that dog is that on the dog's penis, the hole was so microscopic it could not urinate, so it would just leak out. So the couple, they returned the dog, we took it to the vet, they did a surgery on it, and they gave the dog away to someone in the hospital. And the dog's completely healthy now, is fine, and it just needed that corrective surgery. But the fact that the dog came in like that...
Came in like that. Do you think that that a responsible breeder would have noticed that before they sent the puppy in?
Well, I feel like they would have, because it would have been checked by a vet. Because my understanding is that responsible breeders have the puppies checked by veterinarians. This dog right here is a miniature pinscher that had a heart murmur or something wrong with the heart, and they had surgery. They actually had 2 different surgeries, because the first time not our vet, but a different vet did it, the dog started to crash. The person who was on meds yesterday, I don't trust him enough to have done it.
Okay, so as of right now, it's the 13th, and this Boston Terrier was supposed to have gotten panic here and never did. Maybe possibly never did. Yeah. Then what about we have a Chihuahua here that was supposed to get once a day for 6 days, and it looks like they skipped a day on the 7th, or
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's what's the biggest problem with the medications. People do them, they don't sign them off, or they don't do them and just sign it off.
Yeah, these 2 dogs are from different breeders.
Yeah, one of them was in the back yesterday and was released. I believe yesterday was the release date, or the day before. And the other one was in there, had a URI 2 weeks ago. How am I supposed to know if I'm selling the dog, which dog?
Well, I can see that you could easily make a mistake out of that.
They were 2 months old as of yesterday, and they got here on Wednesday. Technically, they're not supposed to be taken away from their. Well, they're weaned off of their mom at 6 months or 6 weeks of age, but we're not legally allowed to sell them until they're 8 weeks old.
Right.
So they've been here since Wednesday, and they could have been sold on Wednesday.
And they would have been less than 8 weeks old on Wednesday.
Yeah, because they just turned 8 weeks old yesterday.
Yesterday, okay. Why don't you explain what this is?
This is the pet report log, which shows you the dog's information. This right here shows the purchasing information. This is what they purchased the actual puppy for. This is the delivery fee and the crate fee, and the total cost for the entire company before getting the dog getting here is $375. And this is the price that they sell it for to the customer or more.
So it wholesales for $375 and it retails for
$1,300.
Almost $1,300, yeah.
Yep. This is for a poodle, $360, and selling it for $1,200. all the dogs that go in that window, so they just put them all in this one. There's actually another dog in there, but that dog is now in the back. So whatever that dog's back there for, they've all been exposed to that dog.
So one of the dogs with a possible URI was with these dogs. They've all been exposed.
Whatever, it could be URI, Giardia, coccidia, I don't know. There's no label on it, and there's required to because if animal control came in, they can get in trouble for not identifying the issue with the dog. Any store that sells dogs is a puppy mill because responsible breeders don't sell their dogs to stores because they have to deal with enough issues with state laws trying to pass currently that they're not going to jeopardize their hobby, which is occasional breeding. So your whole purchase with a puppy from a store is a complete lie. You don't know any truth behind it in regards to where they come from to in terms of in-home medical at the store that they actually receive. So buyer beware.
And now we're bringing them to an emergency shelter where they're going to be treated by caring veterinarians, and they are going to be placed in wonderful homes. And each and every one of these dogs is going to have the chance to become the kind of dog they never had the opportunity to be in this horrible, cruel puppy mill.
We've just introduced you to a world that most people don't know about, a world hidden behind websites and pet stores. This is the world for these dogs. For weeks, months, and many of them years. And unfortunately, it was too late for those who've lived their entire lives in this facility. Many of these animals were in dire straits. How do you feel?
We're happy that we're able to help the animals today.